Hey, we're live.
Hello. Looks like we're finally here for the finale. And, well, I guess we're going to real quick hop over to the game's actual intro. See how fast and exciting and action-packed everything is? Yeah, this doesn't reflect gameplay at all. Yeah, like the biggest thing that went wrong with this game was just that they put so much hype and energy into it, and then they had to cut it short on a lot of the things they wanted to do because of they wanted it to be a PS2 launch title, so they were rushed on it. But anyway, today we're going to be playing. Wait for it.
The Bouncer.
Yeah.
Thank you, strange announcer dude.
So we're going to be doing New Game Plus on, well, it's going to be the 8th loop, but the important part is that it's at least the 3rd loop. And 1 second. 10 seconds in, and my controller starts being a dingus.
Well, these things happen. Did you at least do the thing with the ranking grades that I demanded you do?
I did not. Because that would involve playing the game 6 times to get ready for.
Look, leaving Sion at rank A is worth the memes.
It's fine. Sometimes you just have to go without the ASS. Anyway, let's get started.
I'll forgive you because you're doing the finale for us.
So, of course, as with any action game, we have to start with a news article explaining the frame of the plot.
Mikado, the company heading the International Space Project, announced the launch of an additional solar power generator satellite. The announcement comes as a surprise to many. So what exactly is a solar power generator satellite?
Step 1, science.
Well, we've prepared some diagrams, so let's take a look.
I love this plot scaffold, this establishment.
Yeah.
So we're going to stick a satellite in orbit, and it's going to generate solar power and beam it to Earth. And I know when we cut the submission VOD for this, you were like, this is a terrible idea, and I went and looked and found that the Department of Energy had a project to do exactly this at one point. And it failed because the way you beam power to Earth is through a coherent beam of plasma, and that's a bad idea.
It's fine. It's just a little radiation beamed in the general direction of the planet.
You call it generating power, I call it weaponizing space, and that's kind of a violation of, I think, several UN treaties.
It's fine. See, this might be a work of fiction, but it's gonna prove that these kinds of ideas can work if you just do it right and leave the power in the right hands.
We arrived at the target coordinates. Deploying assault unit.
So yeah, the normal attacks in this game, you have the 4 face buttons, and you can do low, medium, high, and jumping, and you can either soft press or hard press them. However, I don't have a controller that is pressure sensitive, so I can only do the hard presses. However, I don't need any of them, so I'm just going to be using the specials, basically exclusively. Because one of the advantages of being a New Game Plus is I have all of the ridiculous special moves that you normally have to unlock. beware the weird modern urban ninjas. Pretty soon we're gonna be meeting our main cast, and they're all terrible. Well, one of them passes, and the other two are dinguses.
I can't agree with that. They're all definitely dinguses, but one of them is at least not completely unidentifiable in every way whatsoever.
Not Drakengard terrible, like that game goes places. So here we have Volt first. He's the looks like an ex-biker dude who can't bike anymore because he has a bad back. Volt's best feature is he has metal horns and also what's on the back of his jacket.
Like, I figured he headbutted a hardware store and that's why he can't bike anymore.
Maybe he crashed into it.
Yeah, maybe. His jacket is important though. I want his jacket.
So here's the bar that we're bouncers for. You know, just to make sure everybody knows that we are in fact a bouncer. Or a trio of bouncers.
Dominique, he's been waiting for you. Hurry up.
This is going to stop being relevant almost immediately.
Look, being a bouncer is a state of being. It's who you are. It's not just the job you do in the bar. They tell you as much.
Yeah, but these two are dinguses.
Busy, Kou?
Hey, if we're not doing anything, it means the bar's doing just fine, right, Sion?
So Sion is a weird alternate dimension fusion of Squall and Sora.
Whatever.
Hey, where were you?
Well, Hey, Sion, when's your birthday?
Birthday? Why?
Sion, it's your shift.
Yeah, I know.
Whatever.
Come to think of it was exactly 1 year ago.
Kou is the one that looks just like Laguna, but is the one who is just trying to be cool by being funny when he's actually just a jerk. He's the one who thinks he's hilarious all the time, but he's just not.
What's this?
I can identify with this very strongly.
Present.
Same. Well, no, I don't think I'm funny.
What the?
So here we have our choice of 3 characters. We're going to be playing as Kou. He has the least HP and the least power, but what does defense do? It reduces the damage you take, right? Wrong. Defense is a meter that absorbs damage while you're blocking. And once it runs out, you can't block anymore. I'm not going to be using that. Instead, I'm going to be doing flying triple kicks a whole lot. And everybody's going to ragdoll. Welcome to the game where you never actually have control, because anything could hit anything and knock into anything else and cause a ragdoll domino effect, and everybody looks like a fool, but that's okay.
You mean you don't like it when you're fighting someone who can just literally pick up your ally and use them as a melee weapon against you?
So one of the main things the speedrun does is they go out of their way to line up enemies so that they can use a simple knockdown attack to just cause huge dominoes and kill enemies real fast. And so the main reason I don't do speedrun strats is I can't. So the main thing they do is with the stats screen here. You can level up life, power, and defense and unlock specials. And that increases your rank over time. Now, enemies' ranks are, or enemy stats are based on your highest rank in your party. So what the speedrun does is they just put a whole bunch of points into power until they're just on the cusp of hitting E rank, but not quite into E rank. So they're really squishy and they can kill things real fast.
This isn't good.
But you don't really get to see a whole lot of what makes the combat so combination of clunky and amusing when you do that. Because you kind of just bowl everything over and then you move on.
And this is why the female protagonist is not playable.
Oh no, she's kidnapped.
Yeah, I feel it would be a much better game if she was.
Yes.
Oh, by the way, the bouncer.
They said the thing.
Just in case you forgot.
So next time we see Volt, just look at his pants. He has like triple length jeans that are folded up all the way to the knee.
You're awfully well informed.
And also no escape cactar.
Let's go to Mikado.
Whoa, hang on. I've got connections. Let me look into it first. I need you to check on something for me. Yeah, I need to get into Mikado fast.
So Kou's role here is he's some kind of secret agent
I can't believe you let
who is looking after Dominique.
checking now.
Yeah, thanks.
He's doing a good job of it so far.
Yeah, he's just on top of it all,
The central station.
which is why he's already going to his backup.
What time?
In 30 minutes.
Gotcha. We're taking off now.
I'll be there to back you up in the Orage.
Thanks. I owe you one. There's a special train at the central station that's headed for Mikado.
When?
In half an hour.
Let's go then. We don't have much time.
See you later, dog boy.
After all, especially when it comes to her.
No kidding.
So here's some cool background information that's not going to be up long enough for you to read it because load screens that automatically advance.
Oh, my favorite. You ever get a game that gives you tips on the loading screen but was not designed with like SSDs in mind?
Yeah.
Another one.
Yeah. There's a whole bunch.
And it's like, oh, would have been great if I knew these basic but implied mechanics that were right there in front of my face the whole time. At least here it's just a lore you can look up sometime.
I hate doing extra work.
Oh, that co-wit. Anyway, kick them, please.
Shut up and start kicking. That's basically the entire premise of the game. And also these random ninja mooks who are dressed like they came out of a certain kind of nightclub.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's a little uncomfortable.
Fortunately for like half the game, you don't have to worry about anything but running up to enemies and using your strongest attack. Because they don't even really start blocking until...
Hey, come on!
yeah, about the second boss.
Yeah, we got bigger fish to fry.
I think we're starting to touch a little bit on one of the biggest problems with this game is the Squaresoft cutscenes inside of a beat 'em up.
Yeah. So, like, what percent of gameplay to cutscene do you think this game has?
I mean, I know the answer. I watched you cut the submission VOD. I was here for that. It's like 2080.
Something like that. And that's with me going out of my way to do extra gameplay segments. As a matter of fact, while I was practicing, I found something kind of baffling but interesting that we'll get to see relatively soon after the train.
Time.
Then I guess we'll break through the front.
Hey, what are you doing there?
We're hitching a ride is what we're doing.
I'm gonna kick around the cops. Just a long list of things that are going to get kicked. So the next encounter, it's on a time limit, and whether or not you succeed the time limit doesn't mean pass or fail. It just means that the scene that occurs after is more or less dramatic. So we're gonna fail it so we can get the more dramatic scene after.
Good work, mister.
God, they didn't even buy a ticket. What's wrong with them? Just hop the
I
turnstile.
think that's it.
Sometimes you just gotta bounce.
Not again.
I didn't expect such a warm reception.
Shouldn't the train be departing soon?
Uh-huh. It ought to be. We'll time it so that we jump on the train just as it starts to take off. When you hear the whistle, start booking for the train. Don't
So, because I need to stall out the timer, I'm only going to punch some of them a bit.
You mean kick?
Let's just keep adding to my
Yeah,
workload.
I will gently the rent-a-cops.
You're only going to kick them a little bit around the edges.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, okay.
Okay, I think they're sufficiently softened. Let that be a warning.
This is Kingdom Hearts version 0.2783669 or something like that.
Come on.
Factorial. You need more math.
Oh, okay.
Alright, please don't kill off the last one. I'm trying to fail.
Kingdom Hearts 7 Sigma. Wait, that's not math.
Don't do it. There you go.
Crap, we better hurry.
All right, so we've missed the train.
So if you beat them in time, it's just you hop on and it's fine. Next scene. Here we have a slightly dramatic Sion's not gonna make it. Oh no, Volt pulled his hand away because he's a jerk.
Jump!
Got it.
You know, the dramatic tension is kind of ruined by the fact that it is a central game mechanic that you can use any of the three characters at any point of the game.
Somehow.
Looks like
Yeah.
we're in a tanker car. This thing's probably carrying rocket fuel for that shuttle launch everyone's been talking about.
You think Dominique's on this train?
The special forces are the ones who kidnapped her. Dominique's at Mikado by now.
So we've got a couple waves of mooks, and then we're gonna have our first boss.
Damn.
They know.
And that boss is really going to show off how much work they put into implementing modern PS2 physics.
Oh no.
Intruders in the last car. Investigated once. Remember, no guns. Transporting rocket fuel.
Did you just go there?
You got
I did.
Echidna?
Okay.
Roger. We've got company. They're stowaways. Make sure you give them an appropriate welcome.
But
Man, we're gonna freeze out here.
Is there any way to get in?
there was one physic there.
Just one.
Maybe two.
Better take him out before my backup gets here.
Yeah, we'll be seeing what good Kou's backup is for in a moment as well. Because the story definitely makes sense in this game, as we'll see really quick.
I like how Sion spent this entire fight dancing in the middle of the train and not actually doing anything.
He's got the head of Laguna and the body of a dingus.
So he's got the head of a dingus and the body of a dingus.
Yes.
Okay. That is a very courageous fusion there.
If you don't have a ticket, you're gonna have to pay. And this ride ain't cheap.
Where did you take Dominique?
So nice to see you again, Echidna.
Is that you, Volt?
Intrigue.
Oh, I finished him off.
Indeed. But I'm not the Volk you once knew.
I mean, I knew they were related right from the moment when I saw they both had spikes coming out of their heads.
Yeah.
This time, I'll make sure I finish you off, along with your friends.
Okay, but real talk, if I could actually make my hair do this, I'd probably do it.
Before I press this button, I just want to reiterate that Kou is a dingus.
Let's have it.
Such a hottie. If only you kept your mouth shut.
Yeah, Kou's a dingus, and maybe also a little bit of an ass.
So welcome to boss fight. I don't have to deal with the mooks, but I'm gonna hit whatever's closest to me in case I ragdoll into them. And I'm on the floor. And I'm on the floor.
Folded in half on the floor yet.
So here's the other move I like to use.
Oh, you mean the one where you point your crotch at the enemy for a good 2 seconds before doing a downward axe kick?
Yeah, it makes them laugh, so they're caught off guard. So coming up, we're going to have a unique section where we get to explore how far the coders got into making interactable objects.
Also, Kou, please.
Yeah.
Ouch.
You ever just...
What happened between you two?
Never mind.
You ever just open your mouth and the most head-ass thing possible comes out?
Every day.
Same. Never like this, though.
So here comes Kou's backup, who's going to support us on this train full of rocket fuel.
So they're gonna rappel on and, like, stop the train, right?
Yeah, of course. If by that you mean shoot it.
Take it easy, woman. Be a little more gentle.
Captain, that blast attack disabled the brakes!
No, the brakes are off, which is just what we need.
Station!
On this train that we are on, that they are supporting us on, full of rocket fuel. Why?
Leanne, can you say overkill?
So this is another section you can fail if you're too slow. However, failing is not game over. Fail determines the scene after and whether or not the level afterward is hard or easy.
The coupler's locked with a card.
The easy version is just like 3 hallways you run down with a couple enemies you don't have to fight.
It's probably
But,
in the cab.
The hard version actually has a little bit of tension, so we're gonna fail this.
Then we better find one in this car.
Hey, what if we don't find one?
We're toast.
But first things first, we get to see how great they are at making openable objects.
There's just something cute about this like beefy bouncer dude bending down and daintily opening a toolbox like that.
And then just standing there hunched over it for 3 seconds while the game remembers that it was supposed to give you control back. So there's 3 to open, and it's always in the 3rd one, so I'm just gonna not open the 3rd one.
Already?
I'm sure it'll be fine.
Damn! Oh man! Please let this be a bad dream.
We're jumping off as soon as we reach the station.
Close. If you fail, you get to play the rest of the section after running away from water and shutters.
Yeah. Seawater's rushing in from the explosion. Hurry. This isn't good. The emergency shutters are activating.
So they still say the shutters are activating if you get the easy version, but they don't activate. You can just go.
Yeah, if you succeed in that little event, you go through this entire hallway, and there's like 4 dudes, no shutters, no obstacles. You just take out the dudes and you have a good 30 seconds of running with nothing in the way and nothing to do.
You don't even have to fight the guards.
Yeah, you just ignore them and go. One thing I will
Time to waste.
give the game credit for that I haven't seen another beat 'em up do is under the enemy's health indicator, you have like red, yellow, green lights indicating the general health of everyone in the fight.
Yeah, that is
a neat little touch.
Yes. So this section is going to show off one of the best features of the game, which is the camera. See, here we're running toward the camera because that lets you see what's happening in the scene, and that's fine. But then we get out of it, and we're still running at the camera, and we have to move and fidget around to be able to see what we're doing. Yeah, in the hard version, this section is like twice as long. There's a lot more stuff going on. And I had to slowly back away because as long as you're within, 6 feet of an enemy, you have to face them and be real slow. That's another part of speedrunning this game, is manipulating movement so that you're never within 3 feet of enemies you don't have to fight.
Does this game buy into Squaresoft's protagonists put their hands on their hips mentality?
Well, Kou puts his foot in his mouth a lot. Does that count?
I don't think so.
He also puts his foot in other mouths a lot. Does that count?
You know what? I'm not going to argue with that counting because he may just kick me in the face.
Excuse me. Pardon me. Thank you. Alright, we have to kill these ones because this is at the end.
You got the special one in the black jacket now.
Yeah, he blocks.
Yeah. I see your strategy. You tried to hit him once, he blocked you, and you're just like, nah, I'm gonna go beat up the red one. But, okay. Okay, Volt. Chill out there a little bit.
See, enemies that are more annoying, I tend to let the AI try to soften them up a little, and then I come up and finish them off. Because I'm an opportunistic dingus who loves to kill steal.
An emergency exit.
Does it lead outside?
Seems like there's no escape.
You don't have much of a choice.
Yes, you must fist bump the warning button.
I mean, I think that's a cooler way to activate a door lock than, say, swiping a key card or turning a key.
No, see, it's like a retinal scanner, but it scans your knuckles.
Volt's wearing a glove, though.
It's fine.
Okay. I wonder if you could set up a camera to do biometric identification, but only of your, like, general skeletal structure while doing a dab.
An air carrier. They must.
Now that you mention the spirits within, this game has a lot in common with it, and that there's a lot of just pointless story, and none of it matters.
We'll hit your ride.
You're just leaving that one where it lies, huh?
Full idea.
Yes.
So should we just go up to them and say, please? We'll look for a chance to jump on.
It's going to be a long shot.
Looks like we'll just have to jump.
Now!
This is insane.
No, it's Danger-esque.
What the hell? We're the punks you're looking for.
So, one of the big problems with one-on-ones in this game is enemies absolutely read your inputs. They will respond to the fact that you pushed an attack button by stopping whatever animation they're doing mid-animation and blocking. So you kind of have to try to catch them in the middle of attacks and, you know, run up behind them when they're attacking somebody else and such. All the way up to the final boss, that becomes the prevailing strategy for basically everything from here on.
So the kick that you're using is your bread and butter attack. That's something you have to unlock, right?
Hey.
Right.
Yes?
Yeah.
Keep flying this thing.
Yes, sir.
So the way the special attacks work is your basic attacks are just the face buttons. Then the first 4 special attacks are hold L1 and push any of the face buttons. Then the second 4, which I'm using one of right now, you hold L1 and you push any combination of 2 face buttons other than opposing ones. It's kind of annoying, because sometimes you push both and it only registers one or the other.
Dominique! Yo, driver, drop us off over there.
That is an amazing face, and I kind of want Good Face's bot to pick it up.
Way. Volt, you scared him.
This game has a lot of rudimentary face bone faces.
Hey, you passed it.
Damn it.
Well, time to crash into the forest on the tower. Because, you know, every giant evil corporation tower has to have a forest on it.
I mean, if I were a supervillain who had my own, like, giant corporate tower like that, I'd put a forest on top of it.
Yeah.
Dome. I'm sure I saw Dominique in there.
Let's go check it out.
Easier said than done.
Look, they put explosions off screen because you're not supposed to look at them. Alright, so here's the unfortunate stage where we have to kick a bunch of dogs.
Pets, eh?
I'm sure they're more than that.
They're mind-controlled robot dogs, though.
Yeah, we'll get into that pretty soon.
I don't know what that guy was doing.
Being a ninja.
Special forces.
Well, fortunately, there's more than one of them, which means that their effective power is divided between them.
Dominique must be in there.
That's why during the two fights with the ninja boss, it's best to just focus on the boss and not clean up the extras.
I hope we're not too late.
It feels so bad.
Poor puppers. They went in hard on making sure you knew that they were basically like cyborg dogs programmed to kill or something, but it still feels bad. We're supposed to be petting the dogs here, not whatever that was. Petting the dog with my feet, yes.
We're teaching them to heal.
No!
Sorry.
Hey, come on.
Oh, I forgot to check how close I got to 69 420 points. I'm sorry.
He's back in the city.
That was like 2 missions ago that I might have gotten close.
Yeah, I wasn't thinking about it. Not that much of a meme lord.
I knew he'd be here.
It's you!
How does it feel to have your woman taken away from you?
I'll save her after I bust you up.
Oh!
That's not how this story goes. Here, we have the advantage. You don't stand a chance. You will never get the girl back!
The smack talk is A+.
This guy's psycho.
Also, full disclosure, a lot of, alright, which one is the one I want to punch and or kick? A lot of the reason why I sometimes take a brief moment before selecting Kou, in order to save a bunch of time saving each stage in case something goes wrong, I'm just save stating before starting a stage. It's just to make things run faster. In case something goes wrong, because saving takes forever, and I don't want to have to do that every single time.
This is a showcase. It's not, you know, we're not super serious time here. It's all good.
Yeah.
All right, let's go save your princess, Sion.
This thing's pretty big up close.
This is another thing that villains have to build all the time on top of like tower top forests and arboretums or geodesic domes.
Of course. So this is where they're going to start going in on this game's story basically being a kung fu movie, but also crazy sci-fi. Like up to this point, it's mostly just establishing characters and starting the initial stuff, but we're going to start getting into serious character interactions soon.
Yeah, so far we haven't really seen plot per se, aside from Dominique has been kidnapped. And weird robot puppers and robot ninjas.
And then Yellow Renoa, who turns into a cat. Spoilers.
A cat with a really out of control shader. And here is C for Sephiroth.
We will proceed according to plan.
But the satellite control center has not been repaired since yesterday's explosion.
Ah yes, the old Kung Fu master.
I mean, Wong, Dominique has returned. It is now possible.
But
as Chief Executive Officer, I order you, Wong.
I beg to differ. My allegiance belongs to your predecessor. You are only using the Mikado Group to fulfill your own selfish agenda. What would Master Mikado think of your abuse? Please, for your sister's sake.
Then do you intend to stop me by force, Master Wong?
That's Duragan.
Why is that old geezer fighting him? Master?
F.
In Eastern cultures, they say there's only one way to repay one's master, by surpassing him. This is my payback to you, Master.
Do you think that, like,
No!
spitting up spit thing was censored, or...
Forgive me, Sion.
No, I think that's just a meme.
Master!
Yeah.
You must do it.
So apparently, Sion and Duragan were both students of the same Kung Fu master,
I see that you have
even though they've never met before.
explained why you've been so difficult to deal with.
And so now...
I didn't understand that everyone in this game is connected, even though there's no feasible reason why they should be.
She's my sister.
Yeah. They really just wanted to do the classic Kung Fu master with good pupil and evil pupil thing.
Do you take me for a fool? I guess I have no choice but to fight you then.
I take you for a fool.
I'll show you how it feels to be utterly powerless. I will take on all three of you at once. I shall add another handicap as well.
Oh, he's gonna fight us with one hand tied behind his back, because he's that cool.
You sure are confident, bastard.
I mean, if they wanted to establish that Duragan is, like, miles above you right now, this is a way to do it.
Yeah. Like, as far as...
The cat is here?
Yeah. Also, I'm getting kicked a lot. Like, just hit out of every single animation as soon as I wake up.
Yeah, he's bringing it today.
This just happens sometimes.
And there goes the ragdolling.
Yeah, sometimes the enemy hits your ally, and then you hit the enemy, and then your ally flies into you from somewhere, somehow.
Yeah, he's really bringing it to you today.
Yeah, this is probably gonna need a retry, but it's fine.
Yeah, the strategy at this point is to kind of just back up and help Sion and Volt handle it. Which is kind of a long shot.
Damn.
Yep.
So instead of doing a whole lengthy game over and load and save and everything, so, two things. One, my save states haven't been taking. Two, I save right after this fight because this is where the split section happens, so it doesn't matter. Just pretend I won.
Oh no. At least you had the backup.
So, yeah, right after this fight is where you get to a section where you pick any one of the 3 characters and you do a solo section as them. And we're going to do all 3.
I was expecting more from all the trash you've been talking.
Yeah, we totally beat you.
Dominique.
Apparently, I have underestimated you. But how about this?
And then murdered in cutscene.
It was fun while it lasted, but I have other more pressing matters. As does Dominique.
Yeah, all's fixed now. I just forgot that this particular emulator doesn't take any hotkeys when it's not in focus.
Ah.
And now we get tragic backstory.
Please, open up! My sister, she's dying!
Oh dear, where are your mother and father? One moment. Doctor! Doctor! I'm sorry, the doctor's on a house call right now. You'll have to find another hospital.
Please! I don't have anywhere else to go! Please! Please save my sister!
How dare this evil, damnable hospital not have any doctors on hand?
Are you all right? Good heavens! To the hospital, quickly!
At once, sir.
So apparently, Duragon is adopted, and apparently he's been living with and being trained by Wong like forever. So I don't know how Sion got trained by Wong as well, and none of them ever met. I'm still hung up on this. I'm sorry.
They never explained that part? Like, not even in any of the weird, like, secret post-game fights?
Nope.
Okay.
One condition.
Condition?
Like, one of the things that I had presumed is that even if the connecting threads are flimsy and kind of doofy, there were connecting threads.
But you must also train.
Because at least everything in the main plot is explained to some level of satisfaction.
I would be more than happy to return this favor in any way possible.
You will learn all disciplines.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm thinking too hard about this. It's the bouncer.
Oh, it's fun to try to make sense of that stuff sometimes.
I would say it's an action game, the story isn't the main focus, but
and you've matured in
we're in a 3-hour run of a game that takes 40 minutes to do a practice run of.
Rest easy knowing that his legacy lies in good hands. From now on,
yeah, this was definitely very largely an experiment on Squaresoft's part to try to try to go into a completely different genre for starters, but also I could see where they were going with this. Like, how do you cram the most action into a very small package? Well, beat 'em ups for the most part, and then you weave that in with like cutscenes and very deep storytelling in the form of basically a movie. But they just didn't mix well with this particular execution of it.
Yeah. So this is where we pick any character and then we go into a solo section of their choice. We're going to do Sion and Volt first, and we're going to do Kou last and just continue from there. Because we're going for endings where we played Kou the whole way through, so we're just going to reload to before picking these, and that's how we'll keep it pure.
Yep, and all 3 characters experience something completely different in this solo segment, only really coming back together at the end of the segment. So to get the entire story of what happened here, you have to play all 3 of them.
Mm-hmm.
And it's some pretty big plot development for each of them, and then when they rejoin, you're missing part of the story if you don't. At least in the case of Sion and Kou. I don't know if Volt really learns anything of value, but we'll see.
So welcome to Sion. He does this, and it does a whole lot of damage, faster than the health bars can deplete.
This is also the only non-linear section of the game, isn't it?
Yes, and it sucks. I largely have the right route figured out, but a lot of the rooms are literally the same rooms, but with different connectors. So we'll see if I actually remember.
I like how Sion threatens this guy, like, you know, I won't murderize you if you tell me where to go, and the guard does, and he just monkey flips him spine first into a windowsill.
So here, instead of going to where we can see, we have to run into the foreground to go the right way. Otherwise, we'll go into a bunch of side paths with unnecessary enemies. I basically have two moves I use a lot with Sion, depending on the room. This is a pretty safe move that also has good ragdoll possibilities. So it's good when I have a bunch on me. But when I just need to reduce health bars, this is the way to go.
Yeah, the donkey kick is a lot safer, though, I can tell. Like, because even if you miss, you, like, roll backwards a little bit.
That's basically all I use with him. He has a lot of cool and really powerful stuff, but nothing really as efficient as those two.
I love that little staircase segment. Like, you're just in a stairwell for 3 seconds, and someone designed and modeled that stairwell.
Yeah. I'm grateful for it, because after that point they reuse a lot of rooms, and the only reason you have to believe that you're somewhere else is that you took stairs.
Hey, you got a strike.
There they all go.
Like, as much as I may take the piss out of this game, I love just how endearingly jank everything is.
You want to see the jankiest move ever made?
Getting...
I don't think it's going to hit this, but...
I'm pretty sure punching that would just result in a hurt fist. Like, it's a quad-wheeled vehicle that's almost as tall as you. Just like tip it over and move on with your life. That move is amazing, though.
The main thing that sucks about robots is they don't knock down or really hit stun. They just kind of freeze for a moment, then resume. And this makes it really hard to hit them with a lot of things, except for when they're up against a wall like this. At least it's not like the robots we'll be seeing later, where I can only describe them as being Black & Decker robots.
Hey, you're that...
So here's where we're going to learn that Sion has basically no brain. Everything regarding that character. So we're about to get lore. And during this lore, we're going to learn basically 3 things.
This entire segment is Sion trying to find internet access.
So here's the Special Forces. They've gone through robotomy that makes them super soldiers. Why would you call it that? Yeah, most of these don't have much of interest in them, just, yeah, the white one is better, and this one is worse.
The main bullet point is that all of the robot ninjas we fight have undergone this process, and it causes some form of, like, instability.
And here's the, very basic Moonlander robot. And here's the edgy robot that we're definitely not going to fight later. That's also a human clone.
There's the puppers. This is where they hammer home that no, it's okay, they're robots.
Yeah?
So, Chaldea is Sion's old girlfriend. And in the lore, they explain right here in this document, they say that she was subject to an experiment that caused her to rapidly age.
What an accident. They were experimenting on humans?
She really is Renoa.
That is also what made her able to turn into Cat. Keep that in mind, because he's gonna completely not grasp that information for the entire rest of the game.
Dominique? What's this A2 project? I need a password? Damn it!
You ever just, like, charge into a room and punch the nearest monitor?
Like, heck that iMac in particular.
This is the main problem with this attack. It is extremely easy for the enemy to input read. And this is not.
Alright, well, Sion's internet access has been cut off, so I guess there's nothing to do but continue on now.
That's basically the end of the first split section, but there's one important thing that we're going to have to do before we finish each one.
Not again! I'll teach that thing a lesson.
Yeah, let's beat it up. I have no reason to believe this might be anything, despite seeing this as a slightly older version of my old girlfriend.
So now it's human.
You've seen this before.
Literally just read her file.
How do you not recognize this person?
Recognize me, do you?
I'm pretty sure Sion has room in his brain for two things, belts and kicking.
Fair.
What was that all about?
Huh, guess it must be nothing.
Dominique.
Let's just move on. Oh right, my new girlfriend.
Sion is dense like neutron star.
Welcome to this completely safe dark room. Oh no, it's a trap.
How's my knight in shining armor?
Oh, hi, Volt. How did you get here?
Pay for that!
Sion, I thought I told you to stay sharp.
That hurt really, really bad, Volt.
Kou's here. How did that happen? Why are you wearing that?
You look pretty spiffy in that outfit, Kou.
You guys look pretty spiffy, though.
Is this Volt hitting on Kou?
Oh, looks like you
Maybe.
make me angry. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry.
You're not. No.
I don't care if I destroy my mind. As long as I slaughter all of you.
Alright, so instead of starting this fight, because this is where we reconverge, I'm just going to title screen, and then we'll reload to before the
bouncer.
Yeah, we need to figure out how Volt got here.
Yeah.
And I guess eventually at some distant point in the future, we should figure out what Kou was doing during all this. I guess, I don't know.
I suppose.
Yeah.
So welcome to the joy of skipping cutscenes, because we're going to get back to that point. How many times do you think I'm going to have to skip cutscene before it lets me make the next choice?
6.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Hey, I was almost right.
Meanwhile, in Voltland, I remember this scene from Metal Gear Solid. Those pant legs, I can't get over it. It's a, like, mostly consistent design, and then you just have that, and it's like, why?
I should invest more in your restraining equipment.
So, welcome to Volt, where we have Spinny Punch and Shoulder Tackle.
Yeah, as you could probably guess from their general builds, Volt is the chungest of the 3.
So Volt's focus is on grabs. You know what that means? 6 out of his 8 special attacks are all throws. And that means that 6 out of his 8 skills all have the exact same startup data. And they all suck because of that. I'm gonna try to use some throws, and we're gonna see just how good they are. There we go. Oh.
Hey, you got one off.
Oh, sorry. See, this is why we don't throw. We shoulder tackle. Also, the robots are just strictly not grabbable.
Something I realized I don't understand. How do you target a particular enemy in this? I feel like I've asked the right question.
You don't. It will generally try to attack in the direction you're holding, but sometimes it will just attack toward whatever it decides you're closest to, even if it makes no sense.
Oh, Volt has just vicious startup on everything.
Yep.
It's painful. It's like when I played Dark Cloud and there was that one character I just couldn't use because his startup and everything was so bad I could never hit anything.
Yep. There's a reason we're not doing Volt %. Because he's trash.
He's important as a person Just controlling him is painful.
Yeah, he's the only remotely sensible person in the entire cast.
I like him like as a character, but just yeah, this hurts. You get to the final boss who can just decide to go in with like a 4-frame startup attack, and no, you ain't doing that.
Fortunately, I think I've gotten pretty consistent at cheesing him. So
good.
We are going to have to beat the final boss with all 3 characters for ending purposes. Speaking of, this game has 7 endings. The first 3 are for if you played the entire game as one person. The second 3 are for if you didn't play the entire game as one person, and then whoever you beat it as. And the 7th ending is if you did not play Sion the entire time and you use him for both of the last 2 fights. That's the only thing that determines what ending you get. Let's just do that.
Good.
So, while Sion's solo section was a horrible maze, Volt's is just a straight line.
He gets here and already finds that the iMac has been punched out.
A report? The CEO's assassin has been terminated, eh? Echidna.
And now his is basically done already. Okay, for people who haven't seen it yet, the back of Volt's jacket is a cactar with the words "No Escape" over it. See if I can get a good angle. Yeah, there we go. It's kind of amazing. So, we're back here again.
Volt arrives in the nick of time to stop this.
Convenient Mook. To become Mook Rocket.
Yep, fortunately Volt has exotic weapon proficiency, random ninja.
Pay for that!
Sion, I thought I told you to stay sharp.
That hurt really, really bad, Volt. Ho?
You look pretty spiffy in that.
Yeah, the rest is the same.
Whatever.
It is as it was.
Well, looks like we got a team together.
So now the dangling question is, how did Kou end up in that hallway wearing one of the like Robo Ninja outfits?
Let's find out. It's definitely not going to be both amazing and awful.
I'm a fan of this segment. Like,
it's the most different section in the entire game.
It is something else. If there's nothing else that you would see in this is probably one of the most noteworthy things.
I was expecting more.
1, 2, 3,
RBW,
4,
please.
5, 6, 7. Like, Sion wakes up in some random locker room.
Wet sock in here. Of all the places they could have thrown me.
It's where you belong.
Hey, keep it quiet in there.
Oh, well, excuse me.
Princess.
So let's try this attack, since it's just the two of us. That is one input, by the way. There we go. Just one skill. It's a combo of 7 kicks in a row. Oh, not safe. The only reason I don't use it a lot is you are extremely vulnerable during it. And they can start blocking anywhere in the middle of the combo. Anyway, welcome to stealth section.
I mean, you're in disguise, so you should just be able to walk to where you rendezvous with Volt and Sion, right?
Yeah, sure. Special orders. So, how this works is we have 4 different poses that we have to use. Got Unparalleled Friendship, Old Man in Thought, A Lady's Temptation, and Lonely Warrior. So let's see how I can do.
Keep up the good work.
Everything's under control.
I need a card key.
Good day, sir.
Working hard?
For the most part, you just have to match whatever they're doing.
It's all clear on our side.
Made it through somehow.
That's part 1.
Yata.
Now for the hard part.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
Missed one. Unfortunately, this guy is just messing with you and will just keep doing this until you miss one. He's like, ah, it's fine, go ahead. So here's the one fighter in the group.
Mountain River Potato, I like the reference.
Good day, sir.
Keep up the good work.
Then up here is the worst one.
I'm sure it's fine. You just copy what he does.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, just do what he does. It'll be easy. Oh. Oh.
So you just have to wait till he's in an animation and hit that animation, and he'll land on it.
Man, I think that gave me a couple gray hairs.
So that's part 2 done. Then there's this guy. He waits for you to make a prompt. So you just do a friendship. I think if you do anything other than Lonely Warrior, it's fine. And if you do that, he attacks you. Now we've got to double up.
Everything's under control.
Fortunately, all you had to do is hit both of their prompts.
Kou Super Spy.
Yeah. Except not, because you're actually a dingus.
Absolute dingus.
Hey, did you hear that no one's being allowed on the executive floor?
Yeah, I heard they took some kind of top-secret cargo up there.
Sounds like trouble to me. It might be a good idea to stay away from there.
Guess I'm going up.
Yeah, so if you nail that whole thing perfect, you unlock this costume for Kou in Versus and Survival. Now we get to watch Kou try to pretend to be smart. You ever just have your phone go off in the middle of a meeting?
Now.
Yes. Doesn't everyone configure their right butt cheek to go off to wake them up in the morning?
Of course. And then here we have... I just call this guy a Pepsi Man.
I don't know. I just recently went through the Alexander raid. I've seen the real Pepsi Man, and it ain't him.
That was way too close. I'd better shut off the comm for now.
We will begin securing the executive floor.
It's okay, I fit in. I'm a completely normal, robotomized non-citizen. Get to your hiding positions. We're in the dark room.
How's my knight in shining armor?
So now we understand how everyone has ended up here.
Sorry.
And having seen all this, I truly feel like Kou deserves what he's about to get.
Yeah, because he's about to say, forget them, let's just go on with the mission.
Wait, it's me!
And he lands directly on his spine.
He wasn't using that. It's fine.
Pay for that!
You don't need a spine to kick.
You to stay sharp.
That hurt really, really bad, Volt. Oh?
You look pretty spiffy in that outfit, Kou.
Whatever. Well, looks like you got a team together. Don't make me angry! You wouldn't like me when I'm angry!
Okay, now let's do this for real.
If I destroy my mind, as long as I slaughter all of you!
Yes, we did see that cutscene before because we were doing the 3 parallel paths where you split off, just so we could get the whole story. And now we have the whole story, and we're gonna mess this guy up. Hopefully.
So far, so good. They're playing very nicely for me. Whoop. Sorry.
God. You hit the ground in a hurry.
And there we go. I think that's the cleanest I've seen them behave for me in a fight.
Dominique! Dominique! Dominique!
Dominique! Dominique! Dominique!
God.
Dominique!
Scion has just like a giant hand.
Maybe she just has a really small head.
I think it may be half of A and half of B.
Xian!
Always getting me in trouble. You had me worried.
This is the first time you ever hugged me.
And we've been partners for months.
I don't mean to intrude.
We haven't been partners. You just won't leave me alone.
Later.
Yeah, we have to get out of here first.
It's not like I like you or anything.
Let's get going.
Great, but which way do we go?
Security's tight everywhere. Maybe if we head for the rocket tower, it might provide us with a little cover.
Sounds good to me.
Okay, let's move.
Sion, I hope it doesn't take a turn for the worse.
Fortunately, we're coming up on the worst section in the game.
There are intruders in the rocket tower. Switch all robots to security mode. The intruders are headed for the shuttle area.
Damn. Security's tighter than I thought.
With all four of us together, we stand out like a sore thumb.
I'm sorry.
No, that's not what I meant. What I'm saying is we need a decoy.
I see. One of us will escape with Dominique. The other two will draw away the guards.
So, who will go with Dominique?
So, time for a solo escort.
Escort you, milady?
Why Kou?
See, she gets it.
I don't know about this.
Hey, beggars can't be choosers.
Take care of her, Kou.
Damn!
Be careful, Xian.
I'll see you back home, Dominique. I promise.
You too, Volt.
Shall we proceed, Your Highness?
Oh yes, my brave knight. I place my fate in your hands.
So, this is 5 very long screens of robots, including the Black & Decker robots here. There are orange ones and black ones.
So I guess this has the same motif of the split path section, but it's not so much a split path as you pick the one person who goes through this one path, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the same every time, just whoever's the one that's doing it. What's weird is these mostly follow a pretty normal flow of the direction you can see is where you need to go, but 2 of them have like a path you can see that's just wrong. So you gotta go this way. Even though the camera is naturally angling you to go the other way. And we're just gonna forget they're there. Doesn't matter if they punch or kick or throw Dominique. She's not gonna run out of health. I say, a fool.
The game will find a way. Hopefully not. Yeah, if Dominique gets KO'd, I think it's just game over instantly.
Yeah.
I swear these robots look like something out of Boston Dynamics.
Yeah.
And the big yellow chungus looks like something out of Borderlands 2.
I'm still going with a construction site. Here's the other one where you have to go toward the camera and not what the camera's showing you. And we're done.
Yeah, you just literally don't have to fight anything there.
Not a one. Now we get a touching one-on-one.
Hey, Kou.
Huh? What is it?
You think it's okay for me to stay with Sion? I don't like this place. I ran away from here, and that's how I was able to meet Sion, and all of you. The bar's in shambles because of me.
As long as we avoid the worst, it should be okay. No worries, Princess. Even though the boss looks cheap, he's got a sizable fortune. It's all good. Ever since you arrived, Sion's been opening up to us too, thanks to you.
He kind of comes off a bit sincere, which is probably an act, but you know. It's the closest to a sincere Kou moment we're gonna get.
I think we have to get on that.
I feel like his biting, sharp wit is some kind of defense mechanism. What he would be keeping secret, I don't know, but I feel like there might be something there.
I'll take your word for it.
Speaking of sharp,
oh hey, we read about this guy. Means we're totally ready for the robot whip arm.
You have much to learn, my lady.
And she's dead.
Yeah, I can't see any way that you can knock someone out that way that wouldn't just be rather damaging.
Sleep. Now, allow me to put you to sleep.
Damn it. If we don't watch it, Dominique might...
I'm gonna pound the life out of it before it tries anything.
Okay, Sion, you go on pretending to be the badass.
3 of us.
3 on 1. Those are acceptable odds.
See, I would like PD4 here a lot more. If he wasn't, like, the weakest enemy in the game, basically. Like, he's a chump for the triple kick, practically every time.
I mean, on the plus side, as far as character design and development goes, at least he's one of a kind instead of the, like, repeatable mooks from the MSF.
Yeah. One of the greatest things about the triple kick is, a lot of enemies will say, oh, I've been hit twice. I'm safe to retaliate now. And then there's a third kick coming. I was a little lazy about that, but it worked out fine.
Yeah, and now we never have to worry about him again.
Yep.
Get that weak stuff out of here.
Dominique, you alright?
No more weak stuff. Oh.
Did I say one of a kind?
There's more of them! I don't like these odds at all.
And now Deus Ex Machina. Hey, remember the satellite thing? How it could
seems to allow you activate a satellite.
Remember that whole we're gonna absorb energy from space and then send it down to Earth? Wonder what we could be using that for.
I feel like Bariki Daio should be playing right now.
Oh hey, she's a robot. And now she's a super soldier. Welcome to choreography for the first and last time. And it's over.
Well, at least she'll be a useful ally in combat now. Oh.
Nope, too much power.
Damn it. She's been activated. You bastard, you're still alive?
Of course! But right now I must bring the girl to the giant shuttle Gallios where Master Durgan is waiting. I'll finish you off after that.
Yeah, Scion really knows how to pick them. First weird cat lady and now robot.
That was Dominique?
And now he's having an existential crisis.
What? You're awfully well informed, Volt.
Durgan, the present CEO of Mikado, had a younger sister who lost her battle with a terminal illness. Using his position as the head of Mikado, he spared nothing to bring her back to life.
You're lying!
Despite all evidence in front of me, this isn't true.
I can't help but feel like the only person in the dark out of like anyone involved in this plot was Sion.
Yep.
It doesn't matter whether you believe me or not. Right now, she needs you. Sion, I think you need her too.
We're gonna go save Dominique, right? Or else we'll never know the truth.
So now we're coming up on the last leg of the game. We've only got like 4 or 5 encounters left. And not much happens between here and there.
Now's not the time to get all emotional, Sion.
We have to stop this Gallios thing.
I just realized this looks a whole lot like someone took an old Sun desktop and just turned it into a robot.
Yeah. This is how we deal with these. Like I said, robots don't knock down or anything, they just freeze for a moment. However, between any one of these, they can completely execute one of their attacks before I have a chance to spin up another kick, and I just kind of have to take that hit. But it's no big deal.
Hey, come on!
Very clean.
Yep. And now we get
giant shuttle.
Something probably a lot less clean.
Congratulations! Who would have ever thought you'd make it this far?
Oh, it's you again.
Echidna.
Now that Mugetsu and PD4 are out of the picture, I shall become #1. Once I defeat all of you.
Sorry, but we don't have time to play with you right now.
Get out of here, Knuckles.
Enough of your mockery. You haven't changed at all. Ever since you became a special agent, you've been ordering me around.
They really very carefully positioned the camera for these shots, didn't they?
Yeah, at least they were tasteful with them.
It's gratuitous.
It's just on the verge of awful, but they keep it just reined in enough.
I don't know if I agree with that last part.
Ow. Ow. So this is exactly what I want, honestly, is the mooks are completely separated from Echidna. The mooks are both strong versions of the big robots, so I don't want them involved. If they start getting involved, I'll have to take them out before going back to Echidna, because they can be that much of a disturbance.
I like how you change target in the middle of a combo there. Like,
yeah.
Oh, and when you defeat a robot, by the way, it doesn't fall down or anything. It just kind of deactivates where it's standing. Which, I mean, makes a degree of sense, but makes it a little hard to tell who's up and who's down.
I'm just gonna let them do some work, and we can hear this fight for a bit. I would turn the camera, but I can't. There we go.
Good enough.
Now tell us where the Gallios' hangar bay is.
Too bad. Launch preparations should be done by now.
What?
Okay, this cutscene at least is really cool.
Except for the song they play in it.
Oh, I've never had, like, audible music on any of the, like, Discord shares I've done with you on this.
Huh.
Well, I mean, it's been audible. I've just had it very low so I can hear myself think.
Fair.
Like, I mean, I need all the help I can get in that department.
I haven't had a thought since I started.
Yeah. I haven't had a thought since 2019, and I'm not about to start now.
This cutscene is very, have a look at this cool model we made.
Yeah, I mean, they probably sunk a good amount of render farm time into that. You know they're gonna get as much benefit out of it as they can.
Mm-hmm. Gotta get a unique shot for every little angle.
Look, anything can become aerodynamic if you put enough boosters on it. I learned that from Kerbal Space Program.
And as you can see here, they needed like a dozen.
Mm-hmm. I bet you underneath the outer exterior, the outer armor of that, it's all struts.
We're too late? So that's the Gallios.
It's bigger than I thought.
What's keeping her? We need help now.
So as for the endings situation, which are going to be coming up on fairly soon, I'm going to be doing 3 endings, which means I need to beat the final boss 3 times. 2 of the endings out of the 7 have a bonus fight that you get to do. And conveniently, if you do all Kou, you can easily get both of them. Because one of them is Kou for the whole game, and one of them is Sion not full game used for the final boss. So if we have a save right at the final boss, we can just beat it with Kou, then beat it with full, then beat it with Sion. And 3 endings right in a row.
Sorry to keep you waiting. For now, the best we can do is buy you some time. Use the air carrier to get on board the Gallios.
It's almost as if you planned this.
Nah, it's just a coincidence.
A coincidence. Get out of here.
Leanne wants the impossible. Well, as they say, you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. Okay, let's get going. How?
So as per usual, our backup's solution is to shoot at whatever we're trying to get to.
Let's go while those fighters are keeping it busy.
I just hope we make it before the boosters ignite.
You better hurry.
Fortunately, there's nothing left to get in our way between here and Duragon.
I can't help but feel like this is incredibly unsafe.
It's fine, it's an action game.
Yeah.
You can just do things because you know it's going to work out for you because you're the protagonist. Oh great, it's you again.
It's Mugetsu! I've been waiting for you!
Hey buddy, you got some cheese in your mouth? It's kind of gross.
Yeah, I don't know what they were going for with that.
So, here your selection is who's not going to participate in the fight.
Okay, you guys deal with Mugetsu.
Yep, that was choosing who flies the craft, who will just not be available to pick for the actual battle.
And if you're just skipping cutscenes to get to the fights, you're not going to really have the context necessary to know that's what you're supposed to do.
Any way you look at it,
or what you're choosing. Unless you just remember. So usually with this fight, I block until he does one of his two ridiculous attacks and then punish it. But if he's content to focus on Sion, I'll just punish. I'm hoping he does a specific attack because it's just ridiculous.
He's completely doing the Drunken Master style right now.
Does the Drunken Master style have an attack where you just turn into a spinning donut of death in the air? Because that's what I'm waiting for.
Yes, except it's not in the air. It's like you crouch down on like one foot and then spin around with your fist out, and just like anything near you just gets hit.
There we go. Look at that. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, not quite that. Also, Mugetsu was totally pogging in his little image in the top right.
Sure is.
That's disturbing.
No, it's not over. It's not over yet. I haven't...
He'll be fine.
Now, was that necessary? He was already falling. Not that the party had any control over that.
Where you're going.
It's fine. There's still another boss fight with him later. No, there's not.
I was about to say, he kind of got vaporized.
Let us begin, Dominique.
Are you ready for evil monologues? Because that's most of what's left.
Oh, by the way, this entire plot that Duragon was behind, like, the main onus of it was to God beam that hospital that turned him away when he needed them.
How dare they not have a doctor available? They deserve death.
Heck, this one building in particular.
well, bye. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if none of the people responsible for that were even still there. Even though they didn't really do anything wrong.
It's you. Hey, it's that Black Panther again.
So if I wanted the third Sion ending, I would use Sion for this and the final boss, but that third Sion ending is a generic ending and not one with anything unique to it. So we're not doing that.
Do make sure your save takes.
Yeah, I have backup saves for both of the last fights, so it's no big deal.
Okay.
Another one of Doragon's pets?
Kicked the cat so hard she turned into a woman, and then turned back into a cat.
Huh, weird. This is completely indistinguishable from anything I've ever seen before. I have no idea what or who this could possibly be.
You're not playing Sion right now. You don't need to be that dense.
Oh yeah, sorry. No joke, if you do Sion for this fight, he's like, what are you anyway? And then afterwards, he still has no clue after the reveal that's supposed to happen.
You could have stopped at no clue.
Sion?
She resembles someone who's very important.
Sion.
But they can't possibly be the same person.
Sion.
Come on, Sion. Let's go get Dominique.
Despite all evidence in front of me, I must go with my initial impression.
Doesn't he even say it wasn't an accident? Oh, man. What happened here as far as the writing goes?
They weren't thinking. Anyway, welcome to the final boss room. We're gonna be here for a hot minute. I mean, a pretty hot minute, as in most of the rest of the runtime.
With this satellite, I will provide unlimited energy to those who will follow me, and I will demonstrate what happens to those who cross me.
You're going to rule the world with the satellite?
Human beings want to be controlled. They forsake those who offer no benefit.
So this is the means of production.
Reward those with power. They can do nothing for themselves. Mankind's true desire is to be dominated by absolute power.
That is one thing we can say about the bouncer. Everyone in it has excellent hair.
I suppose.
Dominique, stop! What's wrong, Dominique?
I don't think your sister agrees with you.
Sister? This useless puppet?
You're the one who created Dominique!
I'll take you on with both arms. This is your reward for being such a nuisance!
Oh, it's on now. He's using both arms. So... in your first time or second time through, this fight is 2 phases. But in the third time or on, it's 3 phases. And for the entire thing, you have 1 health bar. Well, you have to go through 3 of his, and he is a huge pain to deal with.
He's a jerk. I'm gonna be a little quiet for this.
So for the most part, I'm going to run away, let him get occupied, and then punish.
Hey, come on!
And then he does that. Because, yeah.
He's learning. Isn't he also the only enemy that can instantly turn while blocking or something?
Yes.
So you can just decide you don't hit him.
Basically.
Hey, come on!
Okay, that wasn't bad.
Yep, one done.
That was pretty good. Not many get to see me break a sweat.
You could never understand the humiliation that I have gone through. The burden of having to be the best, of having to be worthy.
What a dingus.
Of having to wear the leather overalls with no undershirt.
Just...
I'm gonna go a bit aggressive until I get punished.
Hey, come on!
Oh, close one.
So I tried to reserve as much health as possible for the first one, and then the second one I kind of go a bit more all out. Unless I'm leaving myself with too little to deal with the third phase.
Mission complete. That's the end, right?
Yeah, normally it just stops there, but instead we get this.
Good. Good. I never expected anyone to push me so far. Pardon.
Oh, right. This is where, because you beat him, he hogs out and just wants to fight you over and over again because something.
I should thank you for opening my eyes to this new indulgence.
Yep, now he finally enjoys fighting.
Please stop stripping, you're running out of clothes. Also, what is... that just looks like a particularly angry, like, lizard. Like, not even a dragon.
Guess I won't be able to get that date.
Oof.
That was a really bad ragdoll.
Yeah. I think you got it, though.
Oh, turn around, you... I'm dead.
Jeez.
So welcome to this. So, I saved before the phase 3, so we can just pretend that didn't happen.
That was rude.
So we have to fight through this guy 3 times. I'm not gonna redo phases just to say, yes, I legitimately beat it all on 1 life bar. And I still basically am. He just cheesed at the end. It's fine. We're here to show the endings, not be good speedrunners.
Look, if I was gonna commentator's curse someone, I wanted it to be Koal. Mistargeted. Yeah, Duragon can just decide you die, and also this strategy that Facet is using is one they just, like, recently discovered.
Yeah, I did a lot of science the last, like, week for this, and also getting used to the layout of Sion's solo section, because that sucked. If you don't know where to go and just kind of follow where the camera is leading you, you can be in there for like 20 minutes.
Leanne.
So the ending has 3 parts that are different from one ending to the next. First is you need to find some way off the Gallios, and one of 3 things can happen that gets that for you.
Sion? It was terrible. I was dreaming that I was killing lots of people.
It was just a bad dream.
and you won't have any more. I promise.
Oh no. Hey, we're gonna ram the satellite.
Kou being a secret agent didn't really matter during the train either, because what happened is gonna happen regardless.
Damn it!
Bouncers, can you hear me?
Leanne.
I'm sending this dispatch because I know you guys are alive.
So here's the butt ending.
Program to separate once it gets near the satellite. The front section will separate from the aft portion and dock with the satellite. The aft portion is designed to return to Earth. If you can hear me, get your butts to the rear of the shuttle. I repeat. I'm sending this
taken control of the Mikado building to pry the information from the scientists.
Who is that?
Now's not the time for 20 questions. We gotta get to the rear of the shuttle.
The front section will separate from the aft portion and dock with the satellite. The aft portion is designed to return to Earth. If you can hear me, get your butts to the rear of the shuttle. I repeat.
So this is the shortest and least impactful of the get to the rear ending types. And then this part will always happen.
Yeah, there's like 3 ways that the group can learn that there's a shuttle at the rear of the ship.
We're only going to see 2 of them because the third one is in both of the endings I can't do because it's pure Sion or pure Volt.
But hey, at least you get to fly a space shuttle into a satellite and cause a giant explosion. That's cool.
Yeah, and we get to see this too, which makes no sense. Durgon's just chilling in space. Dead.
He's so strong that he, you know.
I guess that's supposed to mean that he'd actually cared about Dominique after all, question mark?
At least it's not like DBZ where the planet Goku is standing on explodes and then it's revealed, oh, he's so powerful he can just carry a bubble of air with him into space with the force of his mind or something.
Good job. A nice long vacation is waiting for you back home. I'll get in touch with you later about future assignments.
That woman sure knows how to use a man. Man, I'm so bored. This place has been too quiet ever since that incident.
So this section happens one of 3 ways, depending on which character you won with.
Yeah, but still. My amazing skills are gonna go to waste if I don't use them.
Look, the phone had pretty good reception because it was a satellite phone.
As usual, young lady.
Oh, what about you, Kou? How are you doing?
I'm doing great. A bouncer can't make a living without being fit.
Good, as long as you have your health.
Kou, it's your shift.
You got it.
So in these ending combinations, each character interacts with one of the others and is both the one that starts up there and also the one that has to start their shift.
Now that your replacement's been assigned, you're free to take your vacation.
Well, actually, you think it would be possible for me to continue this assignment?
Well, I'm sure
Every time I look at Dominique's raincoat, I think it just has giant chunks of it cut out. It's like, no, that's just oddly tan-colored patches on it.
Remember, don't get too involved with your assignment.
No, the target is Dominique. His whole thing was he was supposed to be keeping an eye on her because she's, you know, the robot satellite control key person.
Literally everyone but Sion knows that Dominique is a murder robot. It wouldn't shock me if the owner of the bar knows.
Time to work the last shift and call it a night. I forgot about my day job.
Sorry, I know you're closing shop soon, but I've got one more job for you. I want you to go to the Central Plaza.
So here's our first bonus fight.
Assignment?
You'll find out when you get there.
For me, it doesn't matter if you win or lose, but if you haven't already unlocked Leanne, you have to win this fight to unlock her. And when you do, you unlock her at whatever rank you had Kou at the time. So I had to unlock her twice, because my first time playing I got this, and I unlocked her at rank C,
Orders from command.
and I had to go back and get her at S.
What?
Face first into the concrete.
Unfortunately, if you don't impact with ground, the throw does no damage. So she did nothing either of those times.
What you're saying is Kou is so dense that he can just take a concrete wall to the face and not even bother him.
Yes.
Yeah, and these fights are super boss tier. Oh my. You're getting some hang time.
The main problem is she can chain attacks faster than you can punish her for baiting into a block, because they input read.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter if you win or lose, so we'll see the version of the ending where he fails.
Just testing you. They didn't want you to watch over the target if you lacked the skills to beat me.
So, what's gonna happen now?
You're relieved of your assignment, of course. Is what I'd like to say, but you'll continue with your current assignment.
It's okay?
The Mikado incident happened because you weren't doing your job, but you were still able to solve the problem.
Hey, I thought we were supposed to keep personal feelings from interfering with the mission.
Spoilers, it doesn't actually matter.
And in the end, nothing changes.
Never easy, is it?
And now I am the wind. Get out your lighters.
I'm not allowed to have one of those, not since the incident. So we're gonna see the other two ending forks, because you don't get the full picture unless you do. Because of course, like this game can be beaten in, 2 hours. Less, because we fooled around a little bit. It's definitely a game designed to be played through multiple times. You don't even get the full boss fight until your third playthrough.
Yeah, so it's... People look at it on the tin and they say, oh, this is like a 90-minute game. I feel ripped off, but it's supposed to be something you both replay a lot and then also do other modes with.
I think it is established that Kou got his tattoos just to fit in with the bouncers, yes. I seem to recall that being established somewhere in the loading screen lore or something.
I do have the Black Hooded Sion unlocked. Ask whether or not I used the blatant, ridiculous loads of save states to make it happen.
Did you use the blatant, ridiculous save and load state to make that happen?
Yes.
No shame in it. The concept of earning content in the game you already paid for can go get in the ocean for all I care.
Mm-hmm. This is a game that, within its own context, it isn't really a horrible game, but a combination of just so many layers of ridiculousness and like all the ragdoll nonsense and just the general fact that it aged like fine milk kind of makes it just a great watch, I think.
Like I went in hard on a lot of the plot establishment in this because it is so doofy, but I wouldn't be here commentating this for 3 hours if I didn't find it at least a little endearing. It's really charming in all of the weird ways. I feel like I go in a little bit harder on this than I do most of the games that show up in BBG because this came from a AAA studio.
Yes. This fell a lot flatter than it was trying to be. Oh god, that note. That note is the reason why I wasn't gonna try to sing this. Because I would just explode even trying.
That is a good question. Is there a scene after the credits?
Yes.
I don't remember. There is? Okay. That's unfortunate for the pacing, but we'll roll with it.
Well, you can skip just the credits part, and for the other two I will. Well, for the other two I'm going to skip everything that is not unique, so...
Alright. We're just taking this in for one loop of it.
Yes.
Yeah, the exciting part is we get to fight Duragon with Sion and eventually Volt. Oh, lordy.
I think I'm gonna do Volt next.
Good luck.
I want to do Sion last because that's where the other bonus fight comes in. And actually, there is one thing I want to show when we do Volt. I want to use Sion for the penultimate fight with the cat so we can see his brilliant reaction, and then go to Volt for the Duragon fight.
Does he eventually get a clue?
No.
I didn't think so.
There's one of the three methods of getting to the back of the ship heavily involves Chaldea, and we'll see that too. And we'll see Sion continue to not get it through all of that.
Have we reached the end of the credit? Yes. Oh good. I love any scene that starts with panning over a cemetery.
Dog.
Pupper.
Why dog? I'm not sure. But it is the same dog as Sion's jacket, so...
Very high quality pupper. And she's wearing, like, Sion's pendant, too.
Just please don't treat this dog the way it gets treated in FF8 and shoot it like a rocket.
No, no. All right, Volt suffering time.
Heck yeah.
I'm here for it.
The Bouncer.
So we're gonna fight Duragon with Volt the Slow Chungus, who has a 1.5 seconds of wind up on every attack. It's gonna be a train wreck.
We're gonna go to slot 3 for a cat fight.
No, it's...
Don't mind me just skipping a dozen times.
So we're rewinding to the cat fight. Pretty much everything up until this point is the same, because even in the splitting paths, nothing changes. You just see different perspectives.
What is this cat? I don't get it.
And we get to witness Sion being an amazingly dense problem.
Come on, dog boy, get up.
Which bouncer is the titular bouncer? Echidna. Yeah, a lot of stuff gets left on the table with, like, Volt's weird connections. It's just like, he used to be a bad dude, and that's as far as we go into it. I think some of the loading screen text reveals some stuff. Anyway, Sion being a dingus.
No, that's impossible. Chaldea?
Even though I just read that that's exactly what happened, it's impossible.
Mikado staged my death and erased my existence.
No, I'd heard you died.
It wasn't an accident?
You said it wasn't an accident.
Experimented on me using bionoid technology so that Dominique could become more human.
Bionoid technology. Durakan.
So...
You didn't.
My question...
It is so sad.
Him?
Duragan. He's
I'll
lonely.
get to that in a second.
I must be by his side. Please, Sion. You have to stop him.
I'm trying my hardest to act.
I'll be all right. Hurry. Stop him. Stop him from going through with it.
I will.
So my question is, how does an experiment to make a robot more human turn a lady into a cat and age her 10 years?
Science. Now, instead of going for the Sion for the last two ending, I'm gonna speed off into Volt and get the Volt not full game ending.
I will avenge Master Mikado.
Good start.
He just no-sold your shoulder charge. Okay.
Fortunately, if I land the shoulder tackles, they hurt. Unfortunately, he cheat blocks.
He seems to be rather focused on you, which is the smart play. Oh, there we go.
Also, once something is considered not in down or recovering state, it is really hard to gauge.
Magic pixel. There we go.
Okay, one down, and that wasn't too bad.
Burn in hell.
You could never understand the humiliation that I have gone through.
The ragdolling kills everyone, allies, enemies. It's a mess. I think someone described it as Peter Griffin ragdolling, and that is so accurate.
One of the benefits of the shoulder tackle is you kind of duck down, so you have to be hit by lower mediums to get knocked out of it. So sometimes you can get a free in, but also it hits pretty high, so sometimes you get a free miss. It's a crapshoot, but it's basically the only move he has other than, I can try this.
That doesn't look real good. Oof. So you've got 4% health. Good luck.
Yeah, this is probably not going to work, but I'm gonna play it out.
Deluded fool.
And if it fails, I'll go back to phase 2.
Yeah.
Hello, camera. Show me the enemy.
Thanks, camera.
Yeah, I didn't think that would happen.
Anyway, probably gonna need a little bit more health than that.
Back to phase 2.
Nope.
I immediately get unblockable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Duragon's got a couple attacks that are just straight up. It's not so much they're unblockable, it's they will guard break you because they do so much damage, they will just guard break you.
Mm-hmm.
Because your defense is basically a second health bar that is only active while you're blocking.
Well, that went well. Like, I did a tackle, I clipped through him to the side he was facing, and then he just started punching.
Look, one of the best ways to protect yourself in a fight is to be non-corporeal. You can't hit what you can't hit.
True.
That's just tautological.
I'm not sure how that worked, but whatever.
Say what you will about the rest of Volt's like battle design, his hits are very chunky feeling.
Oh yes. This is good enough to win phase 3 with, so. Nice.
I've never seen anyone play shuffleboard with a human being before.
Sion legs from out of nowhere.
Uh-huh. This is Duragon at his peak. Just deciding you don't win.
Anybody want to do something? Anybody at all?
We're taking a break. So ideally, Duragon focuses on one of the AI partners and you just walk up from behind and destroy them. But he's not cooperating.
That and a lot of my attempted attacks just aren't hitting because the frame data on this thing is pretty jank. You know what?
Yeah, and the full-on speedrun route handles this by not leveling up, so most of his kit is missing when you get here. There we go.
I had to just start belly flopping.
When in doubt, just wrecking ball him.
Yep. Fortunately, getting Volt from F to S took just one run plus a little bit of extra. Wasn't too bad. Kou takes like 2 full runs for some reason. He's just much more expensive than everyone else.
He's high maintenance.
Dominique!
You can tell.
We're gonna have a little bit of similar, and then once it starts talking about, it's either going to be the same Lian ending, or it might be the Chaldea ending.
It is at least more different than the ending of Mass Effect 3.
Yes.
It was just a bad dream, and you won't have any more of them. I promise.
Oh no.
Hey, we're gonna ram the satellite. Volt, change course!
This ain't no air carrier.
That's...
Xeon, this way!
Chaldea!
It's a little clunky, but that's one of my favorite lines.
The Gallios is programmed to disassemble when it gets near the satellite. The front section will separate from the aft portion and dock with the satellite. The aft portion of the shuttle is designed to return to Earth.
So all we have to do is get to the aft section.
This ain't no air carrier.
Mission sequence is starting.
This one's weird because the Chaldea ending is so much like more content and tension and stuff than the other two just get to the back because we said you should.
Chaldea!
I cannot go with you. I am not the one who needs you now.
Chaldea!
Take care.
Ow.
I don't know who that was.
I think he's got it at this point. Also, yeah, that door probably weighs something in the neighborhood of 3 or 4 tons, and he's just trying to hold it up.
And now we crash into the satellite again. We've seen this part, but it's pretty quick, so I'll just let this one go.
So you don't get a fight with the Volt ending, do you?
Nope. Xeon gets one and Kou gets one, but Volt doesn't for some reason.
Because all of his past ties are bad guys. And you've defeated all the bad guys.
There is an ending where Echidna comes back and reveals like trying to start a new life and stuff, but it doesn't end with a bonus fight, even though it has every sign of being one like the others do.
Your death is avenged.
It's at the same point in the ending, it has the same lead up, but it just doesn't go into a bonus fight. I don't know if that's in this one or the all Volt ending.
So, that same day, where everyone's just chilling in the bar, except it's Kou that's working the front.
Don't worry. Thanks to the destruction of that satellite, she's been her usual self.
Volt brings up the one good point in the entire game.
Figure it out eventually, you know.
She's going to eventually figure out she's a robot.
Mm-hmm. When we grow old, she's still going to look the same.
I'll tell her when the time comes.
And Sion has the first good thought in the whole game.
But until then, I want her to live a normal life.
Can we say this is the first good thought or the first thought in general?
Yeah.
Yeah, first thought.
Volt. It's your shift.
Okay, I'm coming.
Man, I'm so bored. This place has been too quiet.
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't get how she didn't figure it out when she flipped out and killed 6 robots.
Doing just fine, right?
I'm guessing, like, at the moment her face opened up, she kind of lost cognition.
That's a hell of a sentence.
Wow. Hard at work again.
How's it going, Dominique?
I'm doing all right. Actually, I'm doing better than ever before.
Why did they focus so hard on making her so human-like if she's just the key to the Godbeam satellite?
Oh, that can't...
because Duragon is obsessed.
Job, you know.
I guess.
At least you're not scaring away the customers.
And
what's the point
because of all the other research that's implied, she is like mostly clone, but also still a large part robot.
So don't change anything. You got that, Volt?
Sion, maybe you were right after all.
Credits.
And now not I Am the Wind. Yeah, we don't get the echidna scene with this one.
The Bouncer.
You would have to do all Volt for that, and good luck. I'll leave that one to you, viewers.
Now, hopefully, Sion has a bit of an easier time with this Chungus.
Yeah, Sion can get into openings very easily with the donkey kick.
Sion has Moxie, apparently, except that's Kou's realm, too. I don't know what Sion has. Chains and metal and stuff. I don't know. That's Volt's thing. I don't know.
He has the dog keychain.
This is unforgivable, Duragon!
Yeah, you can get 5 out of 7 endings with either all Volt or all Kou, with a save at the second to last and last fight. And then the only other ones are all Sion and all Volt.
Yeah, you routed out how to get all of the endings, didn't you? And we concluded it was like 6 hours and that wasn't gonna fly anywhere.
Yeah. So I can do 2 more endings if we finish this fast and there's a lot of time and we feel like it's fine, but...
Oh, Duragon.
This is unforgivable, Duragon!
So the ideal setup for this fight is I get him into a position where I get one of the, like, both direction punches, and then I can just get him to keep being a sucker for it forever. But it takes a lot for him to actually let it happen.
He just doesn't realize you're gonna hit him the exact same way again. It's kind of amusing.
Yeah.
I beat him, Dominique!
You could never understand the humiliation that I have gone through.
Fighting this guy legit is the ultimate heck.
Oh. Thanks, Volt.
That works. That doesn't. There we go. So you got one more phase.
be?
I don't think Kou did anything. Just the tuxedo mask, my work here is done. But you didn't do anything.
This one I generally need to be a bit more careful for, because he's a lot more aggressive, and he is a fool for the double punch a lot less often, so I kind of fall back on donkey kicks and disengages.
Oof. At least he wasted his super.
Yeah.
Wasted in air quotes, as if he had a limit.
Ready?
I am probably just going to chill and hope they win.
They might.
There we go.
They did. Congratulations, you let your allies do the work for you. I mean, totally legit. I would too.
And now smiling faceplant. Once again. So we've got just one fight left.
Oh right, you're gonna do the super boss, or at least attempt it.
Moves, you've lost.
What do you think? Should I pad out more of the estimate with another ending or two?
I think after 54 hours of marathon, we might just want to wrap up after the original plan.
Yeah, that's fair. Admittedly, the other two endings don't offer anything new, like whatsoever. It's just the same things we've seen in different combinations.
I was dreaming that I was killing lots of people.
It would be different if I could get the third means to the back of the shuttle, but that's not in any of the options I have available, so...
Oh no. Hey, we're gonna ram the satellite.
One more, this ain't no air carrier.
This ain't no air carrier.
Damn it!
Bouncers, can you hear me?
Yep.
I'm contacting you telepathically.
I'm sending this dispatch because I know you guys are alive.
Seen it. But the bar should be a different combination of stuff.
And then we reveal how Sion ended up with the same kung fu master as Duragon, right?
Yes, definitely.
I don't believe you.
Bye, satellite. Bye, Gallios. Well, half of the Gallios. So any Sion ending has an extra post-credits thing, we'll see. More than the others do.
Sion, that horrible dream was real, wasn't it?
Don't worry. You won't have any more of those dreams.
This is just so condescending. Like, I get his reasoning for it, but...
Look, he's trying.
I'm so bored.
He's definitely trying.
Quiet ever since that incident.
Hey, if we're not doing anything, it means the bar's doing just fine, right?
Yeah, but still. My amazing skills are gonna go to waste if I don't use them.
It's your shift, Sion.
Yeah, I know.
Meanwhile, in his empty head.
Master.
So while Leanne is ridiculous and will ruin you, I don't think this fight is that hard.
If I happen to disappear someday.
Master?
He might still beat me up, but...
In your technique. Now come, Sion. I want you to show me everything I have taught you.
Oh yeah, he can just grab you out of a block.
It's a smart play. He didn't live. This is a memory. Never mind that Sion has the pendant that he was given for like his birthday at the beginning of the story.
Alright, please let me stand up for non-zero frames.
Ugh.
Never mind.
Decided to play soccer with like your torso.
Yeah, one thing I didn't really get to touch on is that this game absolutely has lots of ground attacks and down hits. They are extremely unreliable for the player to execute. Because it's just the same moves you would hit up people with, but things that hit low enough, and the frame data for when enemies are down but vulnerable is ridiculous.
But the enemy will absolutely OTG you forever.
Yes. You will get like 4 or 5 hit combos, most of them while you're on the ground.
The spirit is the key to your strength.
This also doesn't really change whether you win or lose. It's like, hey, stop being a closed-off dingus.
Bouncers can't be sleeping on the job.
You are strong of fist, but you have no friends, therefore you will never be stronger.
You're wearing it.
Strong of fist and dumb of ass.
The pendant's full.
I'm so happy. Thank you, Sion.
That's Sion in a nutshell, yeah.
To tell you.
Kou too, really.
Thanks.
For what?
Thanks for the pendant.
He remembered that I gave him something. I'm so happy.
He remembered anything for longer than 5 minutes.
So now we get this, because we won with Sion. So yes, the hood does get used.
As much as I dunk on this, it's cute in a way. Square tried something and it didn't work, and they never tried again until 2018.
Most of the problem was they were promising the world with this. Like, the entire world.
This was supposed to be revolutionary. I remember reading the, like, mag articles when this came out.
And we got something kinda neat, but also really chunky in a lot of ways.
Yeah. Like I said, I don't think either of us would be here if we just full-on hated this game. It's cute is the best word I have to describe it.
Yeah. So?
They should remake it. You know, I wouldn't even argue against that.
Right, there's a timer.
Yeah, that's just kind of for show. This is a PB for whatever the heck this category is, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's a lot faster than my submission video was.
Yeah, you didn't have the cheese for Duragon in your submission video. I'm glad you found that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's the bouncer. Yeah, BBG percent. We'll call it BBG percent. That works out.
Yeah.
It's the bouncer. It's worth a playthrough, you know, if you want to experience a doofy plot and a doofier like combat system. I think so, anyway.
It's the kind of game where if you're trying to play it seriously, you'll be infuriated, but if you just accept that it's kind of jank, you'll laugh at it a lot.
Yeah,
and that's where the fun comes.
Embrace the jank. It looks like the BBG staff are filing into the channel to start off the finale. Do you have anything else you want to show off here? That wrapped up?
Not really. All I've really got is kicking up verses and showing all of my happy little S-rank characters and going Kou a lot.
Yeah, you basically every major character in the game can be played in the versus mode, and some of them are like overpowered as hell, and some of them are just goofy.
Yeah, you get all 4 versions of Duragon.
Good. You get the Pogging Magetsu.
How do I do Black Hoodie Sion? I don't know how to actually do any alternate costume. If I'm doing that, I need you to be a computer.
Sion Barzad. Kou Lefo.
There's Kou's special.
Keldia Orchid. Leanne Caldwell.
We'll do one quick exhibition match.
Oh, yeah, the Black Hoodie Sion.
Yeah, he's such a badass, right?
No. And then this is just chaos because of the ragdolling, and also Cat.
Yeah, nobody's on teams for this, so it's especially awkward. Go stop blocking. Let me cheese you.
So while this chaos is going on, this has been Facet's like first major like slot in a marathon, like as a finale or anything. They typically do RPGs. Sometimes they'll branch out and do something a little different. Typically RPGs though, probably one of the most comfortable streams on Twitch, and I will fight anyone who disagrees with that one. So you should absolutely give them a follow, because in theory, like, they've been on a hiatus as I've been dragging them through Final Fantasy XIV, but they should be going back to streaming this week, I think.
Yeah, I'm currently in the middle of Star Ocean 4, which is a lot of laughing at silly cutscenes. And then after that, I'm not sure what I'm going into.
Ready, fight!
Yeah, so Star Ocean 4, this week, follow them for more comfy content. And yeah, I think we're gonna wrap here. You want to close off with anything you've got left?
No, I think you've about covered it. But I want to thank everybody for having me on the marathon and being a great audience and a great, everybody. It was a lot of fun with everything, and hope everybody else had fun and have a great time.
Yeah, much the same here. We're going to do a quick wrap, so don't go anywhere quite yet, and we're going to send a really big raid to somewhere, so hang out for just a little bit longer. If the host is listening, go ahead and do the thing.